Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm PretzelMan945. Sorry for the trash intro. Um, Today I'm going to be doing a movie review, which is something I haven't done in a while. I think, like, uh, actually just changed this, but I just like go to my channel history. Also, last like full-on movie review. I've just been doing One Piece reviews, and I reviewed Ahsoka a couple months ago. I think the last like full movie review I did might have been for Your Name. Oh no, wait, hold on. I need to go back a second. Probably where was it? It's here somewhere. I think it was probably my final reckoning video. Still has no views. That's funny. About Indiana Jones. Um, so yeah, it's been a quite a long time since I've done like a full-on like movie review proper. Um, uh, but today the movie I'm going to be reviewing is a movie that I literally just saw yesterday, and the reason I didn't make a not a movie, a review yesterday was because I wanted some time to collect my thoughts on it. Um, And that movie is the newest Hunger Games prequel movie. Now, some context. I heard of the Hunger Games. The only thing I knew about it was people get killed in districts. Literally the only thing I knew about the Hunger Games whatsoever. I've not read the books or anything like that. So I went into this like as blind as humanly possible. And I gotta say, wow, I was so surprised. We just kind of saw it as like an interesting, like family outing type thing. I honestly had absolutely no idea it was going to be that impressive, seriously. Um, and my mind was completely blown by how fantastic of a film it was. Um, so I guess the first thing I want to comment is the music. The music was fantastic. Um, it felt like it had this like mix of very like I don't want to say atmospheric necessarily, but like it felt like it had a nice mix of good background music and good themes, if that makes sense. Um, and when I say that, I mean that I think I just think it has a nice mix. I don't really know how else to put it. The cinematography was stunning. Obviously, that's like a typical thing with the 2023 film nowadays. That's kind of just the standard in movies nowadays. Um, and I gotta say, one of the best aspects of this movie was absolutely uh the pacing. Now, what I mean by that is, this movie was 2.5 hours long, and it felt like it felt like it was an hour longer at least. Um, and normally, like under a lot of other circumstances, I would say that is not a good thing. Um, because often like the absolutely like if something like that happens in the movie it means it's like atrociously slow and boring. But actually the exact opposite happened in this movie because I was fully, fully, fully engaged in every single little thing that was happening. Um, the entire time the movie was going on. And there have been very, very, very few films in recent memory that I watched in theaters, like in recent memory, that I have found nearly as engaging to an immersive to watch. And that's even talking about films that I've seen this year that I would call much better than this Hunger Games movie. Um, the characters were so rich. The character of Corleana Snow is such a fascinating faceted character because he has like the amount of time that the movie gives and it's against of going back to the pacing, like the amount of like um pacing pacing amount of different angles they tackle with his character is kind of insane. Um, because it's just like they go in so many different directions, and at multiple times he seems to be this very complex, complicated character. But at the same time, all of these angles don't really feel like it makes a conflicting mess, like the plot lines in Iron Man 2. Um, and I just think the execution on his character working was incredible, and also the acting was absolute perfection. Like there was so much just raw emotion to his role, and that was another thing that really helped the immersion in the movie was the acting was absolutely wonderful. Like Lucy Gray Bear was also another fantastic actress in the movie, and I think also really like the acting for her character was also done amazingly, and I think her character as well was also really intriguing for a number of reasons because I just think that she had like great characterization, I guess. Like if Corleana Snow's character had better development overall and more interesting and complex character, then I would definitely say that Lucy Gray Baird's character was more, I guess, better characterized as one character type, I think. And I think that seeing their relationship and like the toxic, like like essential romance that that provided was really interesting, and it's not like for a guy like myself that's not a really big romance guy that looks for originality and that kind of thing. That was something original that I haven't seen a lot of movies and things do before. So I thought that was really unique and I really enjoyed that. Another example of the acting just being absolute top tier was Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage at this point is one of those actors that I just really enjoy, like in whatever side thing he's playing, like whatever side role he's playing, like whether that's Tyrion in Game of Thrones, the Dean in this movie, or Dimitri the Dwarf from Avengers Infinity War, which it took me so long to figure out that was Peter Dinklage, by the way, but I'm so glad I did. I feel so satisfied about that. Anyway, completely off topic. Um, so yeah, that aspect of it was just wonderful. Yeah, I really don't have a whole lot to say about the movie itself. the plot had a lot of crazy twists and turns. But again, I don't really want to talk about that because I feel like I know I normally tend to spoil movies and things heavily on on this channel when I'm reviewing things. It's just I feel like a great way to go in depth about things. I think with this movie in particular, I think just the absolute best thing about it is just how engaging it is, how every single thing, the acting, the amazing characters, the music, the cinematography, all these things I've talked about, everything like that. I think that like and especially the pacing, um, just kind of paints a picture for how the overall immersion and engagement in this movie is absolutely the best thing about it. And like I said, this is like one of the most engaging and immersive movies I've seen in recent memory. Uh, which is really, really something, I think. And after this, I'm definitely curious to check out more about the Hunger Games, whether I watch the movies or read the books yet, I'm not exactly sure on. But I think that I'm definitely like intrigued by the world of it, and I definitely want to see more of it. Um, so yeah. Um, I think that's basically everything I wanted to say. I think in conclusion, I would say that if you don't know anything about the Hunger Games at all, like I did, I personally believe that that is much more rewarding. Now, I honestly don't know how this was necessarily received by people that were fans of the Hunger Games, like whether they thought it was necessary or blah 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 blah, stuff like that. Because I haven't really bothered to look up into it or anything like that. And based on the opinion of family members that have read the books, they seem to enjoy it. I have no idea about that type of thing, so I can't really make a recommendation for this movie based on if you're a massive Hunger Games fan. But if you are someone that, like me, knew literally nothing, like bare bones nothing about this movie, going into it, then I would highly recommend to watch it. Um, whenever, like with like by yourself, with a group of people that have either watched or haven't before. I think that if you watch this as a new potential fan, or even if you decide that you're like a one-off thing, you thought it was good and did not interested in the rest of it, that's perfectly okay too. I think what I'm trying to say in conclusion is that if you know nothing, absolutely nothing, like called about Hunger Games like I did, then I would highly recommend that you give this movie a try. Uh, but yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.